Pause with me for just a moment and let's look at one of the most heartbreaking scenes in literature. It comes from a book, The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. And in this scene, there are two boys, Hassan and Amir. Hassan is the son of a servant to Amir's family. And earlier in the book, Amir witnesses something happening to Hassan that is one of the most tragic things that can possibly happen to a human. And here they are in the aftermath, and they're sitting next to this pomegranate tree. They're out playing. Amir has brought with him a story that he's written that he's planning to read to Hassan. But then, in the wake of everything that has happened, Amir, in his guilt-riddenness, picks up a pomegranate from the ground and throws it at Hassan. The book describes how he's wearing a light-colored shirt, and so the juice from the pomegranate splashes across his face. And Amir challenges him and asks him to fight back, to hit him. But Hassan won't do it. And so Amir takes up another pomegranate and throws it at Hassan. And again, Hassan will not fight back. So it turns into this tragic scene where Amir just begins pelting Hassan with these pomegranates, hit after hit. And Hassan takes it all. At the end of this episode, Hassan reaches down and picks up his own pomegranate. And what you think might happen, which is to retaliate. But instead, what he does, he looks at Amir and crushes the pomegranate against his own head and says, "Are you satisfied?" I remember reading this scene for the first time back in high school, and just the self-sacrificial attitude, it just gave me complete chills. And if we break down the scene, there's so much more to it than that. You actually see that at the start of it, this pomegranate tree is growing next to a cemetery wall. It says that their backs are to the cemetery. So it's already setting the stage that there's this looming death of some sort within the picture. And then they go up to the pomegranate tree, and the verbiage is quite explicit. It says again and again how these hits felt like shots from a firing squad, and how the spray of the pomegranate juice looked like blood on Hassan's face. It really is painting this description of death and imagery. And I think that it's a death of their friendship. We do see after this in the novel that there is a very hard sever. They part ways, not just as a friendship, but even in the power dynamics between the two. Amir is never able to see Hassan the same way. And so this place that was formerly a symbol of camaraderie and friendship and innocence has now turned quite violent and destructive. And unfortunately, that mirrors the relationship we see in the two boys. And so beyond any of the tragedies that happen in the book, and there are a lot, the idea of losing a companionship to suffer through it with is perhaps the greatest tragedy of all, especially knowing that it's ending because your friend is turning on you. If you've read this novel, what are some of your takes on it?